I worked at this marketing firm downtown where egos were currency, and mine was practically bankrupt thanks to Brian. He was the kind of guy who could suck the credit out of a room, stealing ideas, hijacking presentations, swiping lunches from the fridge like it was a competitive sport. The breaking point came when I stayed up all night building a pitch for our biggest client, 12 hours of research, design, and analysis. I walked into the conference room proud, and 5 minutes later, Brian walked in with his coffee, took one look at my slides, and told the client they were his. He presented them flawlessly. My boss didn't even glance at me. That night, something strange happened. I was replaying the moment over and over in my head when I heard a voice not in the room, but behind my eyes. He needs to be slowed down. It wasn't my voice, but it didn't feel foreign either. The next morning, I found myself at the office coffee machine before Brian arrived. My hands moved without much conscious thought, swapping his beans for decaf, sprinkling something sharp and acidic into the grounds. Not poison, just enough. I didn't remember deciding to do it, but when he took his first sip and frowned, something inside me smiled. Over the next week, Brian started to unravel. He'd yawn in the middle of client calls, stumble over words, forget things he'd known for years. He complained about the coffee constantly, even brought in expensive beans from home, but they tasted wrong to him too. I didn't touch those. I didn't have to, because here's the thing. After that first day, I stopped meddling with his cup. Yet somehow, every mug he poured still came out weak, bitter, and undrinkable. I'd watch him brew it from scratch, obsess over every step, and still, it failed him. He started looking pale, twitchy. He muttered about something in the air and people messing with him. He'd stare at me across the office like I was the problem, but he never said it aloud. Then came the monthly team meeting. My boss announced I'd be taking the lead on the new high-profile account. Brian's mouth opened like he was about to object, but no sound came out. He looked just for a moment like he'd forgotten how to speak. 3 months later, he was transferred to another department. I thought that would be the end of it, until last week, when I found a coffee mug on my desk. My name was etched into the ceramic. I'd never owned it before. When I lifted it to my lips, the taste was perfect. And in the back of my mind, that same voice whispered, "Your turn."